Welcome to the Throwdown, our mostly weekly segment where the Technodrome decides what is best, what is worst, who is right, and who is wrong. The gloves, they're off. Our topic this week is forgotten movies. Now, not totally forgotten, just movies that each of us loved and probably watched a million times as kids and thought that they were the greatest thing that ever happened. And then found out later in life, nobody really knows them or they're not really that good except to us. So I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. And when that 5 minutes runs out, we're going to do another 2 minutes and we're going to go have our last thoughts. So I'm going to put the 5 minutes. Duff, if you want to ring the gong.
It would be my pleasure.
And as you rang the gong, sir, Duff, forgotten movie that you loved.
Movie I basically watched every single day when I got home from kindergarten. I'm bringing back Land Before Time. Not Land Before Time 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. None of those. Original Land Before Time, produced by Spielberg, George Lucas, James Horner on the soundtrack. I'm talking, old school right there. I think 1989 was a release. Like I said, watched it every single day when I got home from kindergarten. Amazing. I'll still watch it today and still get a little choked up when, Littlefoot and his parents have that whole issue. I don't want to talk about it right now. But yeah, just I don't know if it really would, hold up today with somebody who doesn't know it because they probably just know more of the recent ones. But if you're out there and you haven't seen it, doesn't matter what age you are, just give it a watch. It's a cartoon, but it's amazing.
It's great.
Yes,
it is
classic.
Great. Is Petrie? Is that another one of the
Petrie, Littlefoot, Sarah, and Ducky?
Yeah.
Ducky.
Great movie.
And
Totally share your love for that one.
Awesome.
Mr. Scales, hit us with one.
Sure. So I'm going to 1995, and this movie was based on a book that I believe that I read in school, and everyone was super excited when this movie came out, and it was The Indian in the Cupboard.
Oh,
Do you guys know this movie?
Oh yeah,
I read the book too.
Okay,
yeah.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure I read that book too.
Yes, I mean the movie didn't do as well, I think, as the production studios had anticipated. So there was one when they had planned for a bunch of them, but it still holds a special place in my heart. Omri was the little boy's name.
Because of course.
Yeah, just because of that was apparently their author's son's real name. So that was that was his real name.
Cool.
This movie directed by Frank Oz. Did you know that? The voice of Yoda?
Yes. I didn't know that.
Yes. For kids that don't know what you need in a cupboard, basically a boy has a magic cupboard and he's able to put his toys in it and they come to life. And the big one is a Native American little action figure. And that's like him and this Native American action figure, like the main characters of this movie. And it's just a great concept. I mean, who wouldn't want their action figures to come to life as a kid? So that's my vote.
Yeah, that was a fun
good answer. I completely forgot about that one. That was a good one.
Not at all what I thought you were going to say. Although now going onto our YouTube account and seeing the history, now I know why the Indian cover was there.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
We might have to do another one of these episodes because as we're doing this, I'm starting.
So many
movies. They're all starting to flood back. So stay tuned, folks. We'll probably be doing another one of these.
I think Little Bear was the Native American guy. So Littlefoot and Little Bear. So
there you go.
Hey.
All right, I'm going to go in a little of a different direction. I'm going to go early 90s, Drop Dead Fred.
Nice.
I love Drop Dead Fred. I used to watch this. I used to rent it all the time. So I've mentioned at some point before we had a house in Pennsylvania, summer home, and there was a video store up there, and I always used to go and kind of rent the same stuff over and over.
Was it at Lake Wall and Palpog?
No, not Lake Wall and Palpog. But that's one I used to rent all the time. I used to watch it with my cousin Jacqueline. She loved it too. Drop Dead Fred is basically Phoebe Cates is in it, and she had an imaginary friend who was very destructive as a child, and her life is falling apart, and she moves back in with her mother, and her imaginary friend comes back basically because she's going through all these problems in life. Drop Dead Fred was played by Rick Mayall, who is absolutely hysterical. The movie hinges upon him. If you find him irritating, you're not going to like the movie. But if you find him endearing and funny, it's hysterical. Like it's a movie that I will still drop a line from every now and then, especially to somebody who gets it. Like the scene where she's on the boat and she's looking through the telescope, and all of a sudden he comes into frame. Pirates! That's one. Go to Hell, Herman. It's another thing that randomly pops in my head. But the greatest thing is that he calls Phoebe Cates' mom the mega bitch.
Yes.
Always, and like says it loudly and obnoxiously every time. And one more example of me not being able to differentiate between actor and role. Tim Matheson plays Phoebe Cates' boyfriend who cheats on her, and he's a total asshole in this. And that set the template for me. And then I saw him in a Very Brady sequel. It's like, oh, well, he's a jerk. I'm done with him. And he's, good in so many other things. But yeah, Drop Dead Fred gets me right here, brings me back to hanging out with my cousin Jackie when I was a kid.
Nice. I love that movie when I was younger too. Good pick.
Our 5 minutes are up, so now I'm going to throw 2 minutes on the clock. I'm really going to throw it on there.
Whoa.
All right, 2 minutes are on the clock. Final thoughts. So scales, whatever you want to say about what we just said.
Yeah, I Land Before Time. I love that. I remember watching it, like Duff said, preschool, kindergarten era. Just holds a special place in my heart. And Drop Dead Fred, another great pick. I loved that movie when I was young. He was so wacky. There was something like with his face got stomped on, or I just remember like his face getting really long, like a pancake or something.
He sticks his head in the refrigerator, and the mega bitch squashes his face.
Oh yeah,
and it goes like this big, and he's like, "The mega bitch squashed my head, the bitch."
Yes, vivid memory.
It's right after that he falls on the floor and he looks up her dress and says, he sees cobwebs.
Oh yes, that's right. I remember that too.
I have it on VHS still, and I just came into possession of a VCR DVD combo.
Oh, wow.
Nick.
There you go.
I'd like
Nice.
to watch it sometime soon.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I also love The Land Before Time. I, like you two said, I would watch it all the time after school. I don't even know how many times I watched it as a kid, but one I haven't seen in probably 30 years, and I would like to revisit.
Yeah. Indian in the Cupboard. I completely forgot about that, and I remember going to the movies to see that one. And
nice.
I will say though that the main character, what was the kid's name again?
Omri.
Yeah, the one that played it in the movie.
Yeah,
I remember him being kind of crappy.
I remember being
annoying and just kind of like, ugh, they have to do this with this kid. I don't know. I remember just not liking him.
I remember being at summer camp and they put it on when I was probably about like 12 years old, and one of the kids said like, "Oh, this kid's nostrils flare all the time." I was like, "What?" I was watching, and like every scene, the kid's like, his nostrils just keep blowing up.
True.
That's the only thing I could think of every time.
Now I'm sure that's all you see when you see it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
The best part in that movie is when he realizes what this cupboard can do, and he goes and gets all his toys, and he puts a bunch in there. You don't see what he puts in there, and then he opens it, and there's a Darth Vader fighting a T-Rex.
Oh yeah.
And there's a RoboCop like shooting off
Nice.
some other things, and they notice him, and RoboCop is like, "Halt!" and he points his gun at him, and then he closes it and then puts him back in the bucket.
So good. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut us short because our 2 minutes are up now, but we would love for you to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you can be informed whenever we put up new content, which is fairly often. And we are on Spotify now, so please download our audio only episodes on Spotify.
Because again, we have such sexy voices.
We certainly do. But I mean, we have sexy faces too, so you got to come here to get the full deal. But yeah, let us know how we're doing. Drop a comment. Let us know a forgotten movie that you loved as a kid. And let us know what you think of our choices, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Throwbacks Technodrome Pod. And until next week, we bid you adieu and have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.